Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Tortuga Setout Laptop Backpack, which is a versatile 25-liter travel-focused tech bag. And I have to say, I have been loving this bag. We've looked at a few different bags from the Setout line in the past, such as the Setout Divide and the 35-liter Setout Travel Backpack. But so far, of the three, this has definitely been the one I've enjoyed using the most. It has the same quality and comfort that we saw on the other Setout bags, but the smaller size really makes it great for day-to-day use while still leaving enough space for quick trips, and it also comes in at a lower price point. So it's been just a really great all-around bag, and I've had a blast testing it out, so I'm excited to share it with you guys, and let's just jump in and take a closer look at the Tortuga Setout Laptop Backpack. The first thing I'll mention before jumping in is that the aesthetics and materials on this bag are pretty much identical to what we saw with the Setout Divide and the 35-liter Setout Travel Backpack. So if you've watched the videos that we've done for those, you may want to jump ahead a little bit in the video. I'll include time codes in the description below to where you can find the different features that we're going to be talking about. And so starting out with the aesthetics of the bag, I've always been a fan of the look of the Setout line of backpacks. They have a very clean and minimal look that feels like it's going to work well in a variety of environments, whether it's taking it into the office or walking around a city. I've really enjoyed the heather gray color that this comes in, and I really like, especially since this is more of a travel focused bag, that it doesn't really stand out when I'm walking around abroad. It just feels like it's going to blend in well and look like a normal backpack. As far as the materials, the bag is made out of a 900D polyester with a water-resistant coating. And based on my experience with the Setout Divide and the 35-liter travel bag, this material is actually quite durable. I've used those bags on many different trips, and so far I haven't had any damage. The bags still look great. The same thing with this bag here. And a nice benefit of the polyester use here is that it's a little bit lighter than the ballistic nylon that we've seen on something like the Air Travel Pack 2 Small. So that's also a smaller travel backpack, but it comes in at almost 3.5 pounds. This one, by comparison, is under 3 pounds. So it's really nice that this material helps save on weight, especially if you're trying to use this on airlines with stricter weight limits. On top of the durable polyester, the bag also has great YKK zippers all around. These open and close very smoothly. They've held up very well. As I've mentioned in other Setout videos that I've done, the one issue that I have is that the zippers are a little bit more exposed than I would like to see on a bag like this. So I wish they had just a little bit more coating, or that they were inverted so that the teeth didn't stick out. But for the most part, I haven't noticed any issues with water getting into the bag, and they do sell a separate rain cover if you want to have that additional bit of protection. Jumping into the size and silhouette, this is definitely one of my favorite parts about the bag. It comes in at about 25 liters, which is an awesome size for day-to-day carry or for quick trips. It's kind of a nice in-between size. It's going to work great for a lot of different purposes. And I really like that the bag maintains a slim silhouette even when it's fully packed out. Currently what I have in here is most of the same items that you've seen in all my other daily bag videos. And it hugs my back very closely, making it great for navigating crowded cities or jumping onto a bus or a train or something like that. So just a really great and versatile size all around that's going to be very easy to carry on to pretty much any airline. And if you're curious about how this compares to the Setout Divide, because that bag does compress down to 26 liters, in the footage here you can see them side by side. The Setout Divide is going to be a little bit wider, and in general it's just a little bit bulkier because it has some compression straps. It has an extra zipper so that you can expand it out. And so it's not going to work quite as well for day-to-day use. But if you like the aesthetics and comfort of this bag and you just need a little bit of extra space for longer trips, the extra bulk may be worth it. Continuing along the outside, I was happy to see that the bag includes an external water bottle compartment. Currently what I have in here is the same water bottle that you've seen in all my other daily bag videos, and that fits in there very comfortably. So a nice amount of space here, and then I really like that it has this zipper so that you can close the compartment up when you're not using it to prevent it from getting snagged and to just give the bag a cleaner look. While we're on the outside, the bag also has handles on the top and side that are going to make it very easy to place this into an overhead storage compartment, or if you want to hold this like a briefcase when you're walking into a meeting. The handles themselves feel very durable, and they have this nice gel-like material to add an extra bit of comfort. Moving into the straps and the back paneling, this is an area where Tortuga's bags have always excelled. I really like their harness system. The straps themselves are very comfortable. They have a nice amount of padding. They're thick. They have a meshy material on the inside to help prevent moisture from building up. And I really like this injection molded foam that they use here. It feels really great on my shoulders. The straps also have a great width to prevent them from digging in when I have the bag with a lot of weight. On top of that, the bag has an adjustable and a removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. One difference that you'll see here from the other Setout bags that we've looked at is that you do not have the ability to add and remove a waist belt. I don't think that's a really big deal considering this is a smaller bag, but it is something that I wanted to call out. Continuing on with the back paneling, I love the implementation here as well. This has felt very comfortable on my back, a nice amount of padding. It has meshy material here to prevent moisture from building up, and then the elevation here to create this large air channel is fantastic for airflow while you're walking around throughout the day. So even when I have this fully packed out, this has been one of the best bags for preventing my back from getting really sweaty. While we're on the back paneling, another nice feature is this large pass-through to allow you to rest this on your suitcase while you're walking around the airport if you don't want to wear it on your back. And then if you want to give the bag a cleaner look while you're using it as a briefcase, or you just want to keep the straps from getting caught on anything, you do have the ability to tuck them away. They're attached at the bottom of the bag with these durable metal clips, and so they're very easy to remove. And then you can tuck the strap away in this pocket at the top. One thing I wanted to call out with this feature is that when you tuck the straps away, they do share space with the luggage pass-through, so if you tuck both straps, it's going to be really hard to get your suitcase handle through here. Jumping into the organizational options, the layout here is going to be very similar to what we've seen with the other Setout bags. The primary difference is going to be in how the main area is laid out, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. But starting out with the outside compartments, there's just one very simple quick access compartment on the front. No sort of internal organization or felt lining here, just a nice simple area to reach in and grab some of the things that you want to get to quickly. So jumping in here, first off I have my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. Next up, I have a lightning cable to charge my phone and my iPad. And then I also have a simple USB mouse. So a nice amount of space here. I can pretty much fit my whole hand, and the compartment is a little bit elevated off the bottom, so it goes down to about the halfway point of the bag. Just a really nice, simple, quick access space. Next up, there is a larger admin and tech organization area with a lot of small slip pockets on the inside. One thing I forgot to call out earlier with the zippers is that you do have the ability to lock the main compartments. So opening this up, this has a nice wide opening so that you can see everything that's in the compartment. And so this compartment goes pretty deep. If you want to have something taller like a jacket, you can tuck that in here. Plenty of space towards the bottom. And then there's the same organizational panel and internal compartments that we've seen in the other Setout bags. So starting out at the top, the first thing that we have here is a nice metallic clip where you can store your keys to make them easy to find. Currently what I have here is just my Gerber shard. Next up, there's just a simple zippered compartment that's going to be a great spot for keeping smaller items that you don't want floating around this larger area. And so currently what I have here is my USB-C hub for my Touch Bar MacBook Pro. And then I also have my Gerber dime multi-tool with an S carabiner clip. Not something I would travel with, but I just wanted to throw in a few smaller accessories to show off the space. Moving a little bit further down, there is a larger, slightly padded sleeve that's going to be great for holding something like a tablet, or in this case I just have my Kindle e-reader, and so a nice amount of space there. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom, so it does have a little bit of protection if you happen to drop your bag. As we get into some of the smaller compartments that are lower on the organizational panel, one thing I will mention is that I wish this was all raised just a little bit, especially on the bottom here. As you'll see, there's some smaller areas that are a little bit trickier to get to and to even see as you're trying to reach down and grab something, so it would have been nice for them to just be a little bit higher to make them easier to access. And so starting off with this larger slip pocket here on the left, I just have my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. Next to that, you just have a few simple slots for holding something like a pen or a stylus. And then in front of those slots, there's a series of smaller slip pockets. I like this one on the back as it offers the most amount of volume so it can hold something a little bit larger. Currently what I have in here is my Apple Magic Mouse. If you do fill up the one on the back, it can be a little bit difficult to use all the slots as they are pretty slim and shallow, so I feel like they're really only useful for something like a business card. And then the last pocket here in this organizational panel is an elastic compartment that has a slightly softer material, so this might be a good spot to put your sunglasses if you don't have a case. Currently what I have here is just my Apple AirPods when I don't want to carry them in my pockets. I like that in this compartment it feels like they're a little bit more protected, and then I like that the elasticity gives you some flexibility in what you can actually place here. So just a really nice amount of space and organization, and this area comes in particularly handy with this version of the Setout bag as it's meant more for day-to-day use. The next area we're going to take a look at is the laptop compartment, which also has a lockable zipper. So opening this up, the layout here is slightly different from what we've seen in the other Setout bags, mainly that there is now this smaller mesh zippered compartment. And this is going to be a great spot for holding something like your laptop charger or other cables, or maybe even your mouse. So opening this up, currently what I have in here is just my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. But plenty of leftover space here. I like the mesh material to make it very easy to see what's on the inside. One thing that you want to keep an eye on is that if you do place something bulkier in here, there is a chance that it'll start to press up against your laptop screen, so you want to be a little bit careful as you're packing this out. And then jumping into the laptop area, it has this nice Velcro strap to help keep the laptop in place. On the front, there's a very simple sleeve that's going to be a nice spot to place something like a tablet if you didn't place it in the front. Currently what I have in here is just my iPad mini 2, and that fits in there easily, but there will be plenty of space here for a full-size 10 or 11-inch tablet. And then moving on to the laptop sleeve, this is pretty well padded, and it also has a nice amount of space. This is going to be able to hold up to a 15-inch laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, but I really like that this laptop area is suspended off the bottom of the ground, so that's always going to offer a lot of extra protection if you happen to drop your backpack. So pulling this out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. No sort of felt lining to help prevent against scratching, but I really like that the sleeve and the back paneling offer a nice amount of protection for your device, and it also comes up a nice amount, so if you do have a thicker laptop, it should be able to fit in here okay. So a really nice implementation overall. It definitely feels like my devices are going to be well protected throughout the day. The last area that we're going to be taking a look at is the main compartment. So this actually has a clamshell style opening as opposed to the suitcase style opening that we've seen on their other bags. So this opens completely flat, which to me is always just a little bit easier to pack out, and I feel like it gives you some extra space. So I was very happy to see this change. And so now with the compartment open, you can see that even with all the items that I carry with me throughout my day-to-day, there's plenty of leftover space. So if I have a little bit of extra stuff to carry, like some camera gear or a pair of shoes and gym clothes, they're gonna be able to fit in here very easily. And I love this layout because it's really great for handling bulkier items. And so jumping into what I have here, first up, I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones. Next up, I have my GoRuck wired up, which has some of my smaller dongles and tech accessories. Then I also have a full-size Moleskine notebook, and then a simple folder to hold my receipts and papers. And then the last thing that I have here is my Levitate portable standing desk. So a really simple layout here. I'm always a big fan of this style of compartment. I feel like it gives you the maximum amount of space and a lot of flexibility in how you can organize everything. I also really like the bright inner lining to make it very easy to see everything that's on the inside. And then moving on to the flap, there's two additional mesh zippered compartments that have a nice amount of volume. These are gonna be great for holding larger accessories, or if you're traveling and you wanna put a pair of socks or underwear in here or some toiletries. I really like how much the compartments come up to make them very usable. The mesh also makes it easy to see what's on the inside. I did leave this one on the bottom empty for the moment just because of the bulkier accessories that I had towards the bottom of my bag. And then at the top, the compartment is gonna have a very similar layout. It's a little bit smaller than the one on the bottom, but plenty of space. Currently what I have in here is just my Able Carry stash pouch where I have some of my smaller accessories, and I sometimes use this as a very minimalist toiletry bag, and that fits in there very comfortably. This is also gonna be a great spot for holding items such as sunglasses or reading glasses. So really like the flexibility added by these larger zippered compartments here. And then I also like that if you choose not to use them, they just lay flat against the bag. The last thing I want to take a look at in this main area, since it has this simple layout and the 25 liters of capacity, is just pack it out with some travel items to see how it would work for a quick trip. And so what I'll go ahead and place in here first is my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube from Arkedo. That fits in there very easily. And then I'll throw in my in-case accessory pouch, which is kind of my DOP kit of choice when I'm traveling a little bit more minimally. And then I'll throw in an extra pair of shoes. These are my Toms, which I take with me on most trips. And then even with all these items, there's still a little bit of leftover space at the top, so I'll go ahead and throw in my smaller packing cube that has my underwear and socks and smaller clothing items. And so it's very easy to still close the bag up. It's not overpacked or anything like that. And then with the items that you saw me place in there, I could definitely travel for a week or maybe two. And then there's still some leftover space in the other compartment so that I could use everything comfortably. So just a really impressive amount of space considering how small and slim the bag is. And overall, even though I've been a big fan of the other Setout bags that I've tested out, this one is definitely my favorite. And if you're looking for a durable and comfortable bag that you're gonna be able to use in all sorts of different situations, this is definitely gonna be one of the best options to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a really great experience testing out the Tortuga Setout Laptop Backpack over the past couple of weeks. Like we've seen with their other bags, it has a great look, a nice build quality, and it's really comfortable. But on top of that, I really like the smaller size that this bag has, and it comes in at a lower price point. And so you can purchase this on Tortuga's site for about $125, which I think is a really great deal considering the features and quality that it comes with. And I also think it compares really well to other bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag that this made me think of was the Setout Divide, and we talked a little bit about the differences between this and the Setout Divide during the video, and so that one's going to be a little bit better if you think you want to use this for a longer term trip. It has that ability to expand from 26 liters to 34 liters, and it also includes a really comfortable and removable waist belt. Besides that, the look and the layout of the bags is going to be very similar, and it does come in at a little bit of a higher price point at closer to $180. So if you have a little bit of a higher budget and you're looking for something that's going to work better for longer term travel, the Setout Divide is definitely going to be a great option to check out. The next bag this made me think of was the updated version of the Oppose This Invisible Carry-On, which has been one of my favorite bags of the year. That has a really great look, a very similar size. It also comes in at 25 liters. It's going to be a little bit more expensive than this bag at closer to $200, but it has a very sleek and minimalistic look. It has some really nice organizational options, a nice build quality, and if you're looking for something that's going to be maybe a little bit more professional, that's going to be a great option to check out. Another bag this made me think of was the Arkido Saxon, which we looked at a little while back. That one comes in at a very similar price point to this at around $120, and it has a very simple layout. It's a little bit smaller than this one, coming in at 23 liters, but that one also works really well for day-to-day use or for quick trips. Its harness system isn't going to be quite as comfortable as this, and it doesn't have as many pockets, so if you're just looking for something that's going to be simpler and maybe a little bit lighter, the Arkido Saxon is going to be a great option to keep in mind. The next bag this reminded me of was the Topo Core Pack, which is a very versatile and well-built bag that came in at a similar size and price point to this one. It's also going to be around $120 and 25 liters, so they have a very similar carrying capacity. The Core Pack also offers a lot of nice organizational options. It's not going to be as well padded or comfortable as this bag, but if you want something that has a little bit more of an outdoorsy and unique look in this price range, the Core Pack is going to be a great option to check out. The last option that I'll mention here is the Air Travel Pack 2 Small, which we looked at really recently, and that's been one of the best minimal travel bags that we've looked at on the channel. It's very durable, it has a great look, some nice organizational options, and it has a lot of weather resistance. It is going to be a little bit more expensive than this bag, coming in at around $200, and it's also pretty heavy for a minimal travel bag, but if you're looking for something durable that's going to offer a little bit more space than this but still work okay for day-to-day use, the Air Travel Pack 2 Small is also going to be a great option to check out. But with all that being said, the Tortuga Setout Laptop Backpack compares really well against all those bags, and I'd even go as far as saying that for the moment, this may be my favorite all-purpose bag. It works really well for day-to-day use. It has plenty of space if I want to take a quick trip, and it has the comfort and quality that I've really loved in a lot of Tortuga's other bags. So if you're looking for a durable and affordable bag that can kind of do it all, this is going to be a great option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Setout Laptop Backpack and how it compares to other bags in this size range that we featured on the channel. And if there are any options that you think would be good for me to check out, please let me know in the comments. And I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.